The morning of July 4th, our Independence Day, Ove, Grete, Bente and Rosita hit the road on their way to Silkeborg in Jutland. Marked with the big red dot is Køge, the town in Zealand where we left from on our way to Jutland. Also marked with a red dot is Silkeborg, where we stopped for lunch and where we visited Himmelbjerget, one of the highest points in Denmark. And finally, the third red dot is next to Holstebro, where we visited with Gerda and Richard. Silkeborg is located in mid-eastern Jutland. The surrounding locations of Silkeborg are regarded among the most beautiful places in Denmark. The landscape is dominated by big lakes, forests and some of the highest points in Denmark, including Himmelbjerget. It is also one of the most expensive areas to live in, and the neighboring town Seis is known for its mansions and villas at the lakeside. Here we are crossing from Zealand to Funen on the Great Belt Bridge. Silkeborg has little history of its own. It was still a small village in 1845 when the local river was harnessed to power a paper mill that brought a measure of growth and prosperity. It now serves as the lively center of Jutland's so-called Lake District. Thomas Bjorn, a golfer, is one of the celebrities from Silkeborg, and so is the Tollund Man. The Tollund Man, a naturally mummified corpse of a man who lived during the 4th century BC, during the time period characterized in Scandinavia as the pre-Roman Iron Age. He was found in 1950 buried in a pit bog on the Jutland Peninsula in Denmark, which preserved his body. Such a find is known as a bog body. The head and face were so well preserved that he was mistaken at the time of discovery for a recent murder victim. Unfortunately, we did not have the chance to meet any of them. Now we are crossing the Little Belt Bridge. When we arrived to Silkeborg, we parked the car some 300 yards from the harbor. As we continued walking towards the harbor, we passed this cute fountain. Lovely homes and boats alongside the waterfront. We made it to the harbor, where we had lunch at the charming Heili kiosk built in 1911 in a Swiss half-timbered style. The Hjelen, the world's oldest operating paddle steamer, shuttles tourists from Silkeborg to the foot of
Himmelbjerget,
one of the highest points in Denmark. Guinness Book of Records, the oldest steamship still in operation in her original form, is Hjelen, which has been plying the lake at Silkeborg in Jutland, Denmark, since the 18th of June 1861. Hjelen in English means the golden plover. Eurasian golden plover. This map shows the route the Hjelen takes from Silkeborg to
Himmelbjerget,
which in English means the Heaven Mountain. Sam Herdus, what a couple. A very modern house. A classic, elegant one. a very symmetrical facade. Then it was time to say goodbye to Silkeborg harbor area. Lovely rolling hills on the way to Heaven Mountain. The Heaven Mountain, or the Sky Mountain, is a hill located in Silkeborg municipality. With a height of 147 meters, it is one of the highest points of elevation and commonly celebrated as the highest point in Denmark, which it was believed to be until 1847. Denmark's highest point is Møllehøj at 170 meters, 0.86. On top of the hill there is a 25.1 meter tall tower that was erected to honor King Frederick VII and his role in giving the Danish people a constitution in 1849. The king's portrait and the commemorative wreaths adorn the main side of the facade. Adorning the other walls of the tower are plaques commemorating important dates in King Frederick's life. October 6, 1808 commemorates the day he was born. June 5, 1849, the day he gave the Danish people its free constitution. And November 15, 1863, the day the king died. Frederick VII was King of Denmark. He reigned from 1848 until his death in 1863. He was the last Danish monarch in the older royal branch of the House of Oldenburg, and also the last King of Denmark to rule as an absolute monarch. During his rule, he signed a constitution that established a Danish parliament and made the country a constitutional monarchy. King Frederick VII managed to make himself one of the most beloved of the Danish kings of recent times. This was probably due to his giving up absolutism, but also to his personality. In spite of many weaknesses confirmed by his contemporaries, drinking, eccentric behavior, etc., he also possessed something of a gift as an actor. He could be both folksy and genuinely hearty, being able to appear as a simple yet dignified monarch. His motto was, "The people's love, my strength." Of course, we all climbed to the observation deck in the tower to enjoy even better views. Too bad it was not a sunny day, but again, at least it did not rain. This is the bench where Hans Christian Andersen would sit to get inspiration from the wonderful views the Heaven Mountain offered. This is the view you have from the bench. Monument to Steen Steensen Blecher, an author and poet born in Vium near Viborg in Denmark. Blecher was the son of a literarily inclined Jutlandic parson whose family was distantly related to Martin Luther. Monument to Reverend Wilhelm Beck, leader of the Home Mission movement. Monument to Anton Frederick Czerning, military reformer and radical champion of democracy in mid-19th century Denmark. L. Bad, writer of Danish folk tales. This monument was erected on August 24, 1902. A stone with a bronze plaque alerting visitors that the land around the Heaven Mountain Tower is protected and that it should be treated with respect to avoid fires especially. After climbing the Heaven Mountain, it was time for some ice cream, of course. Young boys admiring the cool car, while an older guy walks by it with total indifference. A cute gift shop. Ove and Grete relaxing in front of the hotel while Bente and Rosita visited its interior. Is the monk sitting by the window admiring the views or something else? And so our visit to beautiful Heaven Mountain came to an end. Stay tuned for our next stop, Holstebro.